So you want to buy a new lens, but you're confused about what lens to buy. Deciding what lens to buy can be challenging when you're a new photographer. But don't worry, today I'll explain the differences between a prime lens and a zoom lens. But before we get into it, if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe if you want to hear more of this type of content. Now, what is a prime lens? A prime lens is a lens that has one focal length. That means it cannot be zoomed. To make your subject larger or smaller in the frame, you have to move forward or step backward when you are shooting. Some common prime lenses are 35mm, 50mm and 85mm lens. A zoom lens is a lens that covers different focal lengths. You can change your focal length while keeping the same distance away from your subject. Some common zoom lenses are the 16 to 35mm, 24 to 70mm and 70 to 200mm lens. Now that I've explained the differences between the prime lens and the zoom lens, now let's look at the benefit these lenses have to offer. Prime lenses are cheaper when compared with zoom lenses of comparable quality. They have less moving parts and a simpler manufacturing process. They are also smaller and lighter because for an f1.8. This makes it possible to shoot in low light condition without having to increase your ISO or decrease your shutter speed. Another benefit of using a prime lens is with that wide aperture of f1.4, you are able to get a nice background blur, a technique that is used in portrait photography. Prime lens allows much more light to enter the camera than a zoom lens, so you can capture well-exposed photo at faster shutter speed. This is good for when you are shooting handheld or fast-moving subjects or in low-light situations. There is a general consensus that prime lenses are sharper than zoom lens. Prime lens has fewer optical elements inside. That means there are less chances of abnormalities to occur. As a result, it is better at producing sharper images. Zoom lenses are popular because of its versatility. They are ideal when you are photographing a variety of subjects such as the landscape and portrait, and you need just that one lens for both situations. Using a zoom lens also reduces the number of times you need to change lens, which saves time and limits the possibilities of dust getting on your camera sensor. Zoom lenses are very portable. You may need 2 or 3 prime lenses to cover different focal lengths. That can cause you to miss shot, whereas with a zoom lens you have more flexibility. This also means that you only need to worry about moving around with one single lens attached. A single zoom lens might save you from carrying around a large backpack. When it comes to prime versus zoom lens, there are no rights or wrongs. It all boils down to preference or your style of shooting.